What a gift to the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Time with Johnson, and he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31.
The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down.
It's a pickup of 6, brings up 2nd and 4 at the 31-yard line.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Johnson. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3.
Trips. 58, come on. 58, come on.
Hey, high 7.
From the gun, Hartman. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. Call that a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10.
Ready, set.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. Not much there, maybe a couple up to the 35.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's 2nd and 8. This one complete to Scott Miller. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Here we go. 90 Wolf.
Squeeze, double.
Let's go.
On 1st down, here's Breida. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
You.
On 2nd down, a run with Breida. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
Ready. 60 Pittsburgh. Get it.
On 1st and 10, Bradshaw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
Check.
To throw again, Bradshaw. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Operating from the gun, Bradshaw completes it to Davis. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 23. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
Breida, he'll try the right side. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
At the 16-yard line.
Go
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Watch the slant. Check 24.
This is Breida. Mark that as a gain of 16 to set him up 1st and goal.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
They'll try to run with Breida. And he is not going to get through here on try number 1. They stop him at the goal line. No gain on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal at the 1-yard line.
Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal.
Hey, Charlie.
Tighten up. Pull it together. 51 to Mike, boy, 51. Watch the pass. Hey, Mike 51. Let's go.
They'll try to run this one in. And across the goal line, into the end zone. Touchdown, 49ers. Matt Breida with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point right down the middle, and that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Got it.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7. He'll get this one to Galladay. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd.
I got you. Hey, wahoo!
From the gun, Hartman. Wide open receiver, complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long?
I got you.
Operating from the gun, Hartman. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10. Here's J.K. Scott now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And certainly they'll be hoping to hit pay dirt like they did on the last drive. Got the football back, so a chance to go up 2 scores.
And they haven't been tentative at all in this ball game, because sometimes you start a game with your script to try and get information out of the opposing defense. How will they play you in certain situations? Sometimes you script to attack, and that's what I'm seeing so far.
Exit. Go, Mike 51.
Get it.
They'll start on the ground with Breida. And now look at him go. The 40, 20, 10, touchdown, 49ers. Matt Breida, 77 yards. And the 49ers are able to strike quickly for 6. And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the first quarter.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front because they're winning the leverage game. How many times we talk about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes. He's found his way through them for 2 touchdowns.
And after both of those touchdowns, he went right up to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet. He recognized it.
That's a smart man. You know what else he should do? If this continues, take them all to dinner.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
Here we go. 10-2 stop.
54. Hey, check.
From the midfield stripe, they'll lift to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Big hit.
He was covered by Jamal Adams.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Hartman. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Now Johnson. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. The ball's still a few inches shy of the marker after the 3-yard run, so now a little soul-searching on 4th down. They run. It's Johnson. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Kerryon Johnson, his 21st touchdown of the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they hit the home run last drive. 1 play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
That's the way.
Out of the shotgun, Breida. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, but sometimes the other guys make a play against you. What's that expression they like to use in the NFL? Those guys get paid too, you know.
Yeah, in college they say, hey, they're on scholarship too. In the NFL, they're getting paid too. With the day he's had, you can have one go in the wrong direction. Now this throw caught left side. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 15 for the Niners there and a first down.
That's another 49er first down. First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 47. From the gun, Bradshaw. Catch is made by Harry. And he's taken down inside the 30. 18 yards, first down Niners.
Well, as this game continues to evolve in the NFL, you know how much coaches love run after catch. But you know what they love even more? Completions.
Yeah, just holding on to the ball.
Catch it, cover it, tuck it away. Whatever you get after that is almost gravy. That's how a lot of these receivers are being taught now.
Ready.
51's the mic. Here we go, here we go. Right. He's telling right here, he's telling the right, telling the right. Four down.
Throwing on first down. Bradshaw. He'll get this into the hands of Breida.
Got you, boy.
And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. It'll be a gain of 9, and it'll be second and about a yard. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, make him make someone miss in the open field.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. The Niners passing game in sync now. They've got another first down.
Here we go. Set. 15 line. 15 line.
Let's get this ball back to the offense.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on second and goal. Now a toss play. It's Breida. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. From the gun on third down, Bradshaw. And they will score. It's a 49er touchdown. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. They were looking to pass the ball there, but they forgot to account for the man with the football.
Yeah, I can hear people right now saying, well, why don't you have a spy in your defense, someone who will dance with him and go where he goes? Well, oftentimes if you utilize a spy, you've taken away someone in coverage as well. And oftentimes, the spy, not as athletic as the guy he's trying to keep up with, so he gets defeated anyway.
And he turns third and goal into a touchdown.
Well, whatever the relationship was between the special teams and the offense, it's gotten a heck of a lot closer after a return like that. The special teams just keep setting them up. The offense thinks they'll go out there and knock them down.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
Quick dash. Come. Undercrush.
22 jet bomber. 22 jet bomber. Bravo.
Mike's by 4.
All day, baby, all day.
Right there.
Now.
Throwing to start the drive. Hartman. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. The safety, Jamal Adams, able to break that one up.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Give it up, 61. Matchbox lights. Give it up, defense. Check. 5. 2.
To throw again. Hartman. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
I know you felt like saying touchdown there, didn't you, partner? That looked like a sure 6 points, but the contact jarred it free.
Got his hands on it, could not hold on through the end of the play. To throw on 3rd down. Hartman. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 14. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game. You know, it's become cliche, but we have seen it and observed it. When runners have days like what we're seeing right now, they often take their offensive linemen out for steaks afterwards, don't they? They all go buy them dinner. But after a play like that, he might reduce and might go to the corner and just grab a hot dog or two, huh?
Hey, I mean, they've still been blocking for him well in this game. They don't get one mulligan up front.
Okay, so what we're saying then is we're going petite filet instead of porterhouse.
8
How's
ounce.
that?
8 ounce is good.
All right, just checking.
Watch twist.
Ready.
Running out of the gun here, Breida. He's got daylight. And a cut to the right and some open field. Touchdown, 49ers. Matt Breida on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. So what was already a game to remember becomes even more so as that touchdown run, a lengthy one, takes him over 200 yards now for the game.
And I love the fact that to get over 200, it took a pretty good sprint, didn't it? I mean, a lot of times you get 1 or 2 yards and oh, he's over 200 yards. But that really put an exclamation point on the game he's having. Fantastic. A lot of fun to watch.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at the 3. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Let's go. Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First down Lions on a pickup of 13. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh, my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say 200 plus? Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
On
the ground. This is Johnson. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. 15 yards for the Lions there on a first down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down. I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. They'll run it now out of the gun. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that's going to bring up a third down.
On the set.
Here we go, D. All day, defense, all day.
Operating from the gun, Hartman. Escaping the pressure right. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Nick Bosa, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. And the 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now Jake Elliott for the field goal try. From the right hash, this from 48. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because you know after the sack there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time when you sit on the ball. I think that they will try and move the ball downfield and try and squeeze a few more points out of this first half. They'll be careful. They'll be a little bit cautious at times, but also they will attack downfield and try and get in position for at least 3 points.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day.
Right here, guys. Fight 51. Mike 51.
All you get is a headache. All you get is a headache.
Back to throw. Bradshaw. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. From the gun, Bradshaw eluding the pressure right. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11.
That's another 49er first down. 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half.
Let's go, let's go.
So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash. And this one is right down the middle. So we are at halftime here on Christmas Eve, as we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well, as we are back and started in the second half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer. Y'all playing the wrong football.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. They'll keep it on the ground. McKay, and this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
3rd down and 4.
Let's go. It's 18, Gator.
57. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
Hey, Orbit. Get it.
From the gun on 3rd down, Bradshaw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. Here comes the 49ers punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. Now a high kick, almost a pooch punt. And this one will be touchdown right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up.
Big grip, big grip.
Looking to throw. Hartman. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. So that one a hold, right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
Now they face a second and long following the holding penalty.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Operating from the gun, Hartman. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. From the gun, Hartman. He's going to wind up and air it out. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. He'll return it from the 6. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. A great return there of 22 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Second and 12 at the 26-yard line.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's second and 12.
Hey, Haywood.
Operating from the gun, Bradshaw. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the gun, Bradshaw. It's caught by Davis. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. 13 yards there and a Niner first. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
Get ready. 51, Mike.
Ready, ready.
On first down, Bradshaw. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it'll make it a second down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7.
He's not going to get me.
Here's Breida. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
Brings up third and 7.
We go set. 60 yard.
Hey, let's go. Calm the crowd. Quarterback, don't get
On third down, Bradshaw. Able to haul it in is Kittle. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 41-yard line.
The beauty of route running is it doesn't matter what position, everyone's doing the same thing. In this case, tight end, selling the vertical route. Get the defensive back on his heels, break off for the corner. With good timing, you get a completion as we just saw there.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a second and 3.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a second and 3. They'll keep it on the ground. McKay, a pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
This will be the 8th play of the drive, and it's 3rd and inches. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. Got what he needed for the first down with a gain of 2.
Let's go. 30 base.
You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey, you don't want to see
5.
On first down, McKay stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. One quarter remains here in Week 16. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll keep it on the ground. McKay, and he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
Don't be mad. Don't be mad. There's more coming. There's more where I came from.
Here we go. Here we go. 50. Plant.
Tighten down. There you go.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard.
Brings up 4th down and 1.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. This will be a 37-yard attempt. And this is no good. Close but no cigar, just wide right. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the 4th quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. Throwing again. Hartman. Open man is Galladay, complete. 22 yards there, a first down. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
L.J. Collier.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Hey, high 7.
Looking to throw on second down. Hartman. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Kenny Golladay is intended receiver. And it's third down. The Lions on third down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A pickup of 27. And they pick up the first down in the process. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Hartman. And he's going to go down here. A sack. They push him back to the 34.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury.
Hey, 58 is the mic. Go 58 is the mic. We want this.
Back to throw. Hartman. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down. You know, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. They'll wind up with 17 on that one, but they're still a bit short here for 4th. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
Yes.
It's our time. It's our time.
Hey, 58 is the mic. Go 58 is the mic.
Let's go.
On 4th down, Hartman. And able to catch it, but he's out of bounds. Now the throw took him beyond the sideline, and that's going to be a turnover on downs. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
Ready up.
51, 951. I'm trying to collect.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
On 2nd down now, McKay. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I can be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. No room to be had there on the 1st down run as he's lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 10. at the 36-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
18 Gator.
Now a give right side. McKay. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down.
When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called